What's up everyone? Craig with Single Length School, and in this video we're going to tackle a couple unanswered questions for you. So let's jump in. Alright, so this video is going to be a little unique. Rather than give you guys a review, which I've been giving you, I want to cover some questions that I've gotten asked here over the past few weeks that maybe I haven't answered. And I want to give you guys some feedback and kind of give you guys a little bit more insight into where my game is and what my game plan is. So, while I'm going to do some chatting and asking or answering some questions for that matter, I'm just going to be hitting some shots here on the simulator, just getting some feedback for my game. So I'm actually going to, as I talk here, I'm going to stick the screen up here for you guys to watch as well, so we can kind of get some feedback and you guys can kind of see some of the things I'm working on as well. So first things first, as we get going here, and I just want to make sure I'm all set up here, but so first things first, you know, if you guys haven't seen them yet, I do about once a week I try and do a live video where you guys can jump in. I'm just messing around here, but you guys can ask questions and things like that. Sometimes I save them, sometimes I don't. All depends on what kind of mood I'm in and how much information we get into during those live feeds. But one of the questions I always get during the live feeds is, what system am I using for my setup? Well, as you guys know, last year I did have the Skytrax for a little bit. I was doing some Skytrax work and just kind of didn't really suit my needs at the time. I honestly wasn't really happy with it. More than anything, just because of the simple fact that the delay was too much for me. Skytrax is known to have a 3-4 second delay, and to me that was just too much. I want to see my feedback right away like I do on the course. So I scrapped the Skytrax and I am now back to what I originally had, which is the R Motion. So I'm playing with the R Motion. It doesn't give me ball information. It estimates everything with the ball. It's just a little club sensor, kind of gives me club path and club speed, things like that. Again, this isn't 100% either, but at least it's something to watch, something to have some fun with, and something to do. So they don't make it anymore. It's actually from Rapsodo, who makes the mobile launch monitor, and they've turned all their focus to that. You can still find it secondhand if you want. It's pretty much, I kind of compare it to an OptiShot, just a toy. So, you know, that's something that you guys can look for secondhand if you want something cheap to get into the simulator world. So that is question one. Question two that I've been getting a lot, and I guess I didn't really cover it in my year-end wrap-up and, you know, my goals for the year. So going back through last year, at the request of you guys, I went through and I tried a lot of different things, a lot of different swing techniques. If you guys recall, I got a lot of questions about the single plane swing and decided to dive in. So I gave the Graves Academy and the Mo Norman method a try, gave the Kirk Younga and the setup for impact a try, and then I also tried another method called the 7-2-1. You guys can go back in those videos, go back through my feed there, and you can find those videos if you'd like. So, the question I now get is, which one did I choose and which one did I stick with, if I'm even sticking with one? Well, I can tell you guys honestly that I'm not with any of those three. They were all great and I saw results with all of them, but it was like I plateaued really quick and there were some things I just wasn't comfortable with. Not necessarily with the system themselves, but body-wise, with how I set up and some of the swing methods. Now, don't get me wrong, I saw the results and I understand why a lot of you guys go that route. But there were some things in the body that I think really kept me from getting the true results out of it. some of the knee issues that I have, and some of the things really put a lot of forces on my body that I wasn't a fan of. I'm more of an athletic guy, and to me, they just felt like I was being put into a corner, so to speak. So nothing against those guys. They're great guys. They have great programs. It just wasn't for me. So that would bring you to the next question. And as you guys can probably see here, my setup is very similar to some of the ways we talk about with single plane swings. And so with that being said, am I playing a single plane swing? Well, as much as I'd love to give you guys the 100% answer for that right now in this video, I'm gonna hold off. And there's a big reason why. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Watch some of the next few weeks. You're gonna see something come out that's gonna answer what kind of swing I'm using. So I've got another video coming on that will hopefully guide you guys down a potential option for your swings. So that is where my swing is right now. Another question I get is my gamer irons, because a lot of you guys, and as you can probably tell right now, I don't have my Forge Tech Blacks right now. So where are my Forge Tech Blacks? Great question. They're just in the garage. I've told you guys time and time again, I keep clubs all over the house. So rather than go through, especially with this setup, go through changing the sensor and the clips and everything, I just keep some of the pinhooks around different rooms of the house. Got one up here just to work on this. So the Forge Tech Blacks are still the gamer. They're in the garage. I actually need to get them cleaned, but when I go to the range or outside of the house, they go with me. In the house, around the house, practicing, doing some videos, anything like that. It's usually one of the pinhooks with me or one of the Vertex, depending on what I'm working on. So yes, Forge Tech Blacks are still the gamers of choice right now. Next question. Oh, wow. Next question. My shot shape. What's my current go-to shot shape? What's my stock shot? If you guys have been watching, it's a draw. And I like it that way. I think for right-handers, I think a draw is very beneficial, especially on most courses. Most courses that I play and that I've seen are set up to favor a draw. So the draw is my current stock shot, and I plan on keeping it that way. Now, can I fade it with my current setup if I want to? Well, let's see if we can get one here on demand. Hit it a little fat, but I can fade it on demand as I want to too. So that's actually a benefit of my current swing setup. And the current things I'm doing is not only is my stock shot a baby draw, I can fade it on demand as I please. So that is another question that I've had asked a lot. In these types of videos, guys, if you have any questions, you want to send them to me, email them to me, hit me up in social media, leave a comment down below. I'm always more than happy to answer anything you guys have. So I guess the final question that a lot of you guys have asked that kind of needs answered, well, maybe not really answered, but a question that you guys do ask a lot is my current swing speed. Because we saw a lot of the things with the super speed sticks. If you guys missed the review on the Rip stick, check that out. I'm going to link that up above right here right now for you guys. Check out the Rip stick. There's actually a link in there for a discount as well using my code. Great product, but where's my swing speed? So in that review of the Rip stick, I covered some things where I actually had a shoulder injury. It was a collarbone. I wasn't sure, I'm not sure if I broke it or I just damaged some of the muscles, but it really affected my ability to use the super speed sticks, any overspeed training, and I just started back into getting into the overspeed training with the ripstick, which I prefer over the super speed now anyway. But when I was injured, when I injured myself, and it was all a result of overswinging at the range. It was probably the third bucket I was on of the day, and I hurt myself. Just too much use in the shoulder. I couldn't really move it, swing for a couple weeks. I did swing, but couldn't get into everything that I wanted to do. So one of the things that I did was I stepped back just to let myself heal. I've been out since, have the launch monitor out there. Not since I've started the ripstick have I gone out with a launch monitor, but I have gone out a few times since I kind of healed and could get into it. Swing speed, I've gotten the club, the driver itself, without trying to hit it straight, just hitting it as hard as I can. I've had it up to 118, and then trying to control it a little bit, I've had it up to 113, 114 in that area. Lately, my average drive is just over 300 yards down there. So my swing speed is still there, but I still want to build it some more. So I'm going to keep working on that, try and get that. My goal by the time the season starts, so we're getting ready to go into February. It's end of January right now. Season doesn't really start here in the Pittsburgh area until March. So by the time March comes around, my goal is 320 is my goal. So that's where I want to be. I just want to be able to get out there and, or not 320, 120 speed. Somewhere in that 310 area is kind of where I really want to get my drives to. So I hope that answers your questions. As you guys saw, kind of missed the net there a little bit. Don't tell my wife because I put a hole in the wall the other day too. But I hope you guys, this answers any of the outstanding questions. I've got some more great content coming later this week, and watch in the next few weeks as I bring to you the information about the new swing system I'm using. Can't wait to share it with you guys. I think it's got a lot of potential for a lot of my followers. And so I can't wait for that for you guys, to present that to you. And hopefully we'll be seeing each other in the fairway very shortly. The weather can warm up here a little bit, but looking forward to seeing everybody in the fairway. Thanks for stopping by. And again, if you have any questions, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Go check us out on social media, leave us a DM, or shoot me an email, singlelengthschool@gmail.com. Other than that, guys, thanks for stopping by. It's been fun, and I'll see you next time.